What's up guys, welcome back to Still Fun. My name is Roland and today we're gonna be doing Mad Max from 2015. Now, short question, is it still worth playing? Absolutely yes, and if you wanna know why, stick around and enjoy the video. It was the late 90s on a Saturday night, way too late for a youngster like me to be awake, but Mad Max the Road Warrior was rolling on the TV and I couldn't stop watching. It's definitely not a movie for a young child like myself, but my parents were asleep, so I was kind of the king of the house. It amazed me and terrified me at the same time. It stuck with me and my imagination was at its peak, so after I've seen that movie for the first time, every time I would play with my toy cars, I was replicating the car chases that we all saw in the Mad Max movies. But in my games, Max was not chased by a horde of cars. It was the other way around. Max was chasing and taking them out one by one, and that happened a lot. Every time I would put my cars on the floor and start playing with them, it was always the same thing. Max chasing down the bastards that harm other people. But more about that later. Mad Max came out on the 1st of September 2015 and it is a criminally underrated open world RPG set in the wastelands that we all come to love at this point, with a rich variety of vehicles and bad guys to take out. I think the misfortune of this game is that it came out in the same year as games like The Witcher 3, which is arguably one of the best games ever out there, although I didn't play it yet, but don't tell anybody that. Batman Arkham Knight, Metal Gear Solid 5 and Fallout 4, and this made a lot of people skip it, but what a mistake that was. I played the game on 1440p with everything set to max, and I can safely say that graphically the game still looks very good, although it's been 5.5 years since its launch. It has modern looking graphics, and looking at the sky at night in the wastelands of the desert still looks as good as ever. It's hard for me to pinpoint what exactly makes the game look so good, but overall, as a package, it still offers a great punch, and although ironically, the setting of the game is in the wastelands, the world is richer than some other more prestigious open world games that we've seen throughout the years. Gameplay wise, I gotta say the combat is pretty simplistic, but by no means it is boring. It is very similar to the Batman Arkham series, and it is extremely satisfying to jump into a crowd of enemies and punch your way out of every situation, no matter the odds and the number of enemies that surround you. In that way, the game somewhat reminds me of a movie called Equilibrium, where Christian Bale just obliterates his adversaries with some slick moves. And talking about gameplay, I think the meat of the game is in taking out enemy camps, taking down convoys, and then collecting the scraps, which is the in-game currency, so that you can upgrade your vehicle into the ultimate badass wasteland predator. The story missions and the side quests are okay, but taking out camps is much more fun, at least for me, because although theoretically you're doing the same thing over and over and over, the camps are designed differently, and you never get the feeling that the designers just copy-pasted the camps. Every single camp is different, and you can discover them and find all sorts of things in them, such as scraps, scrotum, insignias, and historical relics. Now the historical relics are okay, but by no means they are nothing to write home about. You basically find old pictures with quotes on them, written by those that took them, and it offers a glimpse into the past. Sometimes Max makes comments as you are looking at them, but it's nothing special in my humble opinion. So, on the other hand, chasing down convoys is the best part of the game for me. Remember how in the beginning I told you about how I used to play with my toy cars after I saw the movies? Well, this is exactly what you can do here. You chase down a convoy composed of a truck that holds a hood ornament, surrounded by smaller bodyguards that protect the truck. If you take them out, you will be rewarded with these hood ornaments that in exchange will give you certain boosts. Some of them will give you an attack boost, others will give you speed, defensive, or weaponry boosts, which is pretty cool. I can't say it's I didn't notice, let me put it this way, I didn't notice anything that would impact the gameplay in a big way, but at least they look cool, right? All this just so you can upgrade your vehicle and gear that Max uses. Let me tell you, this loop is quite addictive. I was super keen on upgrading the vehicle to the max of its capabilities. It is very satisfying, and I think that's the best part of the game. Now that being said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the game. You have different regions, and in order to lower the threat level on them, you can do different tasks, such as destroying towers, taking out snipers, taking out enemy camps, as I previously mentioned, and clearing up minefields. The towers and the snipers are okay, nothing special, and most of the times you can just do a drive-by and take them out without much effort, but the minefields are a bit of an Achilles tendon when it comes to this game. You will have to use a certain type of vehicle, which will have a dog companion, and the dog will help you find the mines and then you just disarm them. It is extremely boring and you get very little in return for your effort. Usually you want to do the minefields only to lower the threat level in an area to 0, which is not necessary in any way, but it might be something that completionists would want to do. Now, a quick tip when it comes to the game. As I previously mentioned, you have different regions on the map that belong to different characters who live in strongholds. In these strongholds you can make certain upgrades that in return will give you free resources such as water, food, if you can call maggots and dog food, but whatever, fuel, bullets, and melee weapons. I would not suggest you to upgrade all the strongholds with these things, as it's enough to upgrade just one of them and just use the fast travel option to go, pick up your resources, get back where you initially were, and that's that. I think that helps you save a little bit of time, if that's what you're into, but if not, then obviously you can go ahead and knock yourself out with every upgrade on every stronghold. Now that being said, an upgrade that I think is a must in all the regions are the cleanup crews. What this upgrade will help you with is once you've encountered maybe a vehicle on the road that you battle, if you manage to destroy it, the game will automatically pick up the scrap for you, instead of you getting out of the car, picking it up one by one and then moving along. I think this is a good upgrade to save some time. Just keep in mind that the crews will not pick up the scraps that you get from destroying towers. You will still have to do that manually. Now, let's talk about the storyline a little bit. Now, without going into too much detail here, the storyline is pretty simplistic, but I think that it fits a Mad Max story. Just like in Doom, you never really play those games for their story. You just play them to rip and tear demons with the vast options in weaponry that the game offers you. In Mad Max, you play the game and you watch the movies for the high-octane car chases, big explosions and adrenaline-pumped action that is constantly thrown in your face. Now that being said, wow, what an ending, guys. I think this is the darkest ending in all the Mad Max stories that we've seen so far, maybe with the exception of the first movie, just because that had a more personal attachment to Max. But this one is really close to that. It's a very strong and dark ending, and as Max drives down the road on the last mission, you feel his anger, you feel his pain, and you feel his madness. And if you really pay attention, you will fully understand him as a character. You will understand why he prefers to travel alone, not attach himself to anybody, and he's always trying to not get caught up with everything that's happening around him. And in a way, I'm the same as a person. Maybe that's why I have these strong feelings when it comes to Mad Max and the world that he lives in. Now that being said, concluding this video, I will only say this. Get this game immediately and try it out. It has a bit of a slow start, but the more you play it, the more you will enjoy it. It offers a high level of escapism, and it will help you relax and forget about all the madness that is happening around us on a daily basis in this other game that we all play called real life. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more content like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will do more. I will start doing a lot of older games so that you guys can save time in case you're thinking about playing them. Are they worth it or not? Thank you very much for watching. I wish everybody a lovely day, lovely evening, lovely morning. Until next time, stay safe, stay clean, and stay strong.